What's good, y'all? What's good? Hopefully everybody had a blessed day. I know it's super late. I'm trying out this software StreamYard just to show you guys some more examples, see if y'all rocking with it. If so, we can keep it. If not, we can go back to the old school videos. Right now, I'm just verifying that I am live on YouTube. Looks like I am. So, we're going to get to business. So, today, what I wanted to talk about is how to price your products on Amazon, right? So, that's one of the key factors is pricing, right? Because if you price the product and you set it and forget it, and the market fluctuates up and down, man, you pretty much guarantee that you're not going to get any sales, right? You're not going to get any sales. So I wanted to do some live examples on how I would price the products. And hopefully that gives you guys some value. Y'all make sure to take advantage of it. So, hey, let me try to share my screen. Y'all bear with me. Trying out this software and hopefully you guys see value from it. Let's see. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys can now see my screen. All right. So what I did so far is just put in box sets, DVDs, and I want to just get to a listing to show you how I would price it, right? We're going to be looking at the keeper chart and looking at a little bit of SellersAmp. So let's start with Sleepy Hollow here. All right. So the buy box, remember guys, the buy box here is at 44.87. And if you guys have any questions along the way, I can't really see when you drop questions, but once I leave out of sharing my screen, I'll make sure to answer them. If you're watching a replay, just drop them in the comments and I'll get to them. All right, so the buy box is at 44.87. Let's look at the keeper chart. From what I'm looking at on the keeper chart, the buy box, if you see this pink line, it did have a peak here and a drop down here, but for the most part, it's super steady, right? It's steady over the last quarter. If you guys can see here, the last 3 months, that's most of the time what I look like. Every now and then, if you want to, you can stretch it and go back. These triangles here are the new FBA offers here, but most of the time I'm going to be basing mine off the buy box because over 85% of all sales on Amazon come through this buy box, this pink line. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. So let's go back up top. Let's assume that we have sourced this product and it's new, right? We're looking to source it for new. Right here, if you notice, if you scroll down, and then guys, this is the keeper graph, right? So remember the app I always talk about keeper, how essential it is to have running the Amazon business. Hey, we live and in living color right now. So right here, if you notice, once you scroll down on keeper, it's 57 drops per month, right? So drops is the equivalent of sales. So it's selling pretty good. It's in the top 1%. I like to stay anywhere from the top 1 to 3%. I don't mind going out to 3% if the profit margins are there, but the top 1%, yeah, it's selling pretty good. That's what you want. That's definitely what you want. I always take a look at these offer counts. So since we're sourcing this product, we're assuming that it's new. I don't want to see any sharp drops. Hopefully we see an example on that in the future. If I see a sharp drop here, that just lets me know that it could be some IP complaints or intellectual property complaints, which just means that the brand or the company that produced this DVD is getting sellers off the listing, just saying, hey, you don't have the proper documentation or the authorization to sell our particular product. So basically, it's just a chess move. If they see a noticeable dip in their sales, they're going to say, hey, hop off of this listing. If not, we're going to report it to Amazon, and they can put a strike on your account. If you get too many, they can possibly suspend you. Yeah, if if you continue to sell after they tell you to get off the listing. So what I usually look for is a high tail sign. Is, let's say, for example, right here, if it was 9 offers, or offers is the same thing as sellers. If it was 9 people or sellers on the listing, and that thing dropped down to 1 or 2, like a sharp drop, and the sales rank, this green line, isn't super low, then that's letting me know that's probably when they processed that intellectual property complaint and got these sellers removed. But I don't see any drops. See, like right here, if you guys can follow my cursor, it goes down kind of like a stair step, and it's not a sharp drop. So that's okay. That just means that it's selling. Also, when you guys see this green line, you can look at this chart in the middle. When it hugs this x-axis, or the bottom part here of the line of the graph, that's just letting you know that it sells. You want it anytime it's chopping, those dips, that just signifies a sale whenever it's chopping down like that. So when it hugs close to this bottom line, that's exactly what you want, because it's getting plenty sales in. And you want inventory that's moving, especially if you're utilizing FBA. You want to make sure it's moving so that you can turn your money over real fast, right? If you're doing online arbitrage. So now I say all of that to say this. The next thing, so now that we see that it's moving 57 times a month, I want to go in and look at the amount of sellers on the listing. So for one, let me go back. I'm getting too excited. So if you guys see like this orange, light orange color in the background, like a pale orange color, that just signifies Amazon has been on the listing, right? Since January this last year, Amazon, and I'm gonna break it down to the quarter, the last 3 months, Amazon has been on the listing consistently. During this time in November, they went up to 80, 79, 99, but they've been on the listing. I mean, a lot of people, they're afraid to jump on the list, and they don't think it'll move because Amazon is on the listing. Completely not true, in my opinion. I don't care if Amazon is on the listing or not. If I'm able to source the product at a profitable price, man, you can always still sell when Amazon is on the listing. So that really doesn't scare me. You just need to buy it at a price where it makes sense, right? So where it makes sense. So the next thing I would do, and we're not even going to talk about SellerAmp this episode or this video, we'll talk about that one on the next one. So the next thing I want to do is go and look at, I can look at it on Keeper, but I want to show y'all this way. I want to look at the amount of FBA sellers in their stock. So right now, the owner of the buy box is this company, Surplus DVD Source. And Keeper is telling me they got 65 of them things on deck. So they ready to, they probably either got a wholesale with this company, or either they just, connected with a distributor or authorized reseller where they can just get these things in. Let's see. So we got 1. This person has 7, 36. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what I like to look at, you notice that the price right here jumped to 57.26. Usually, when Amazon rotates this buy box, and remember, guys, this is $39.88 plus $4.99, so it's still in this price range. And matter of fact, this is Amazon, guys. So again, that reiterates my point. Amazon is on the listing, but they sharing the buy box, and I'll show you guys how you can look at that coming up in a few. So you want to be at least within, I'd say, around 5%, sometimes a little bit lower than that, of this buy box price. This is the price where they're rotating, right? Remember, we want to get in that buy box, right? So they're rotating amongst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazon always going to be in the mix. So let's say, for example, and this is just a rough estimate, if it's selling 57 times a month, I'm going to assume, right, out of those 5 sellers that is rotating, and of course, you take it with a grain of salt, but it's a good estimator that you're probably going to get a little over 10 sales per month, right? So let's just say we were sourcing this DVD. We found a place where we can pick this thing up for, let's just say we all in at 10 just for clean math, or let's just say we all in for 20 after taxes, shipping, everything, and we can make we're gonna round this up to 45. Let's say we can make $25 profit on this particular product, right? So if we were at it, it's already 5 sellers. This is just a rough estimate on how you can think about this. Each month you're gonna sell about 10 copies, but once we add it into that listing, right, it's gonna go to 6. So if you take 6 or 57 and divided by 6, that's going to drop you down to about 9, right? So we got 9 copies on average. If we hang around this buy box and they rotate it to us, we should get around 9 sales if these other people at 57. Let me go back into that. If these other people at 57 don't come down, now they can always adjust their price, but if they don't come down, we should get about 9 sales if we're added to this mix right here. Now, it's different ways that you can price, right? So let's say at 9 sales at $25 a piece, right? That's about what, 225. We would make $225 profit off of this particular product if we were able to source it for $20 and net about $25. Now, is that life changing? No. But what I try to get people in the frame of mind to see is it's just this one product, right? But we're going to have a lot. This product could be added for something that you source every month. Just imagine if you had a product you could just buy and you knew you would make $200 to $225 each month off of this one product being in your inventory. So you would just look at the amount of sellers. You say, hey, I need 9 for the month. You put it up. Boom, boom, boom. You get the 200. You rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You keep that in your inventory, and you keep tracking your numbers. Now, let's say, for example, we find 20 other products like this, right? 20 other products just like this that makes you $200 a month. And let's look at the math on that real quick. So 20 times 200, that's an extra $4,000 a month coming in. $4,000 a month coming in off of your Amazon business. And all you doing is rinse and repeat. And you taking these products, sending them in the FBA, making the money off of that, and you replenishing, right? You build your list, you replenishing these same products every month. And it makes it super easy. So once you start to source great products, you don't have to go out and be on the scavenger hunt every day, right? You know, because it's cool to be in the thrift stores doing the retail arbitrage. But like I always say, the ultimate goal is to automate the business and start building passive income. And I truly believe that, you know, Amazon is one of the best low price ways to get into building a multi 6-figure passive business, right? Because that's all you're doing, right? And you can get VAs to do this. You can get prep centers to prep it for you and send it in. It's really not that hard. The hardest part is getting started, for sure, taking the action, because I'm pretty sure, you know, you guys seeing a lot of different information from all over the place. But yeah, it's taking action. You got to put one foot in front of the other and start moving. So this is just one example. Also, let me deep dive into this. Let's say, for example, you can't get it consistently. Why are these people priced way out like this? So, man, this is a big gem right here that a lot of people, if you still watching me right here, a lot of people will not tell you about pricing. Okay, this is a secret. I don't even know. I hadn't even seen on YouTube where anybody was mentioning this. So a lot of people like to stay around the buy box and get a lot of copies. So that's good if you have the volume or you can continue to get copies. But what about if you want to maximize your profits, right? What you can do, it's a reason why these people are hanging around this. Because what does that mean? They're banking on, instead of selling fast, they're going to let this person get rid of their 65, their 7, their 36, their 4, their 3, and then they're going to slide in on the back end, right? They could either be waiting for them to sell out and they know that this DVD sells at 57.26, or listen to this. It's been I don't know how true it is, but a lot of people have done it. In my store, I like them because I get my inventory for so cheap. I don't wait to maximize my profits. I get it and churn it so I can keep my cash flow coming. But it's been said that the buy box is shown to people in accordance to their area. Okay, so I'm in the Carolinas. This is the buy box I'm seeing because this is the closest warehouse, because Amazon is all about fulfillment. They want it to get to you as fast as possible. So say, for example, if I was in Washington State across the country, they might see this buy box at Ideal Stores at 57.26. They said whatever your location is, that some people may see this as the buy box, depending on where their location is. Some people may see this as the buy box. So it's really according to your area. So if they come down here and see this 59.99 as your buy box, they're banking on to get that sale. So notice these people here, look at this Newtown. They even got theirs listed for 71.41. They don't have as many in stock. You will see 1, 2, 3. But the people that hang around the buy box, because it's moving so fast, they have more copies in stock and they're turning in. And this is closer to my business model. I don't usually do a one-off, but you can definitely maximize your profits by hanging out, holding on wherever, because it's going to be a pocket. You see that difference of $13? They're holding out, thinking they can outbeat Amazon and have that location of the next buyer, and it shows as their buy box, right? And I mean, if you want to hold out for $13, you definitely can. To me, I get so much stuff at a low price then it doesn't really make sense. I'm just going to move this, reinvest it back into getting more of these DVDs or more different other products on my list of products to keep buying. So I'm not going to hold out the, make the most money as possible. I'm going to just keep replenishing. All right, guys, let me see where we at on time. And if you have questions, I see we got a couple people in here. My late night or early morning people. Let's look at one more. Let me see what the time look like. Oh, 17 minutes already. All right. I don't want to make the video too long because I know people ain't gonna watch it. Let's look right back at this one. All right, so this is the Harry Potter Complete 8 film here. All right, so let's dive into it. First thing you want to do is look at the keeper chart. If you notice the orange in the back here, Amazon has stayed on the listing. Look like they had a big drop around December for a little while. I guess leading up into Christmas, and then it popped back. The buy box, look at this pink line here. Look like the outlier, it came down to around, what's that? Around $27. Was that $26? But look like it's if you guys can see that it moves every time. It dipped again in December. That was the buy box. But look like it's around this range of around $40, right? Is the range is right here, and it's around a good $40 play here. And this one is selling super fast. So if you notice this green chart in the middle, when it dips down low, like right here, man, this thing is smoking. I'm talking about this thing is really, really moving. All right, so this is a great sales rank. Remember, the chops signify every time it's a sale, and it drops super low here. It's definitely in the top 1%, man. 2 digits on the sales rank, so it's moving and grooving over 5 copies a day. So without looking at SellerAmp, we just gonna use the data here. The buy box is at 38.18 right now, and look, Amazon is on the listing. So I want to go into new. Boom, and I want to look at the FBA sellers. Let's see what they got. So we got one hanging around that price point. and he's a little bit undercutting, but we'll count him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, 3. We'll count him 7, and we'll say $5 is a little bit priced out. So we'll stop right here. So we got about 5 people rotating that buy box. You would be the 6th person in. So for easy math, let's do the 164 divided by 6. About 27 copies a day. I mean per month. So depending on what price you sourcing them at, let's just round this up to 40. Let's just say we getting them for 20, everything included for clean math. We making a $20 profit, and we let's see how much we was getting, 27 a month. So let's just say 20 times 20 or 20 times 25, which would be around what would it be, around 500, right? So $500 off this particular product. Man, let me double check my math. This is 20 times 25. Yep, 500 on the dot. But yeah, this is another. If you was getting it at a price point, boom, the first one was making you 2 something. This one could be making you 500, depending on your sourcing and how cold you are with sourcing, and able to continuously find this product. Boom, you up to $700 a month, right? Coming in, right? So this is the game. All right. Now, where would I price this product? It would depend. So if you want to be in the buy box, whenever you coming in, you need to be around, let's see, we can go up to around about 39 and some change. I wouldn't price it any higher than this. I wouldn't go to the 40s, but I think you will still be rotating in the buy box here. And let's see if it's a range where people are trying to get that proximity sale being in the location. Let's see, this is the highest one. Look like that range is around $54 to $57, right? 54 to 50. So this one's a little bit higher. We got some 40s here. And VA distribution got 48 of them sitting at $46.99. With this one, I'm willing to bet, because it's selling so fast. Let's look at the copies here. Look, they got one copy. This one does have 50, but remember, these bad boys selling 164 times a month. They're just waiting for these people to sell out, and they're gonna sneak in and get the sales on the back end. So yeah, I mean, depending on when you want to unload, if you want to unload fast, you probably could list it somewhere in the 40s here, around $45, because it's selling so fast. And these people have terrible rating. They got 86 of them. I probably would price. I don't want to have to wait the 86. I like for my inventory to turn over within 30 days, if possible, no more than about 90. I probably would price around 43.50 or 43.89, right up under them, because they have the biggest. Now, if you want to sell it a little bit faster, again, that 39 range is where you want to be. But if you want to hold out for the profit, you can wait these people out and come up here towards the mid 40 range here. Okay. Also, is this next video, I'll dive into Keeper. Also, it's so much stuff in like the Keeper tabs and this, that. We'll definitely talk about that on the next video. And also make sure to check to see if it's been any big drops for the IP complaints, which is intellectual properties. I don't see any big drops. These are selling fast. Now, right here, if you notice, let's see if I can blow that up. It did come down a little bit, but it goes down gradually. Remember, this is a fast seller, so it came down almost like a little slope right here, a slope at about a 45-degree angle. So long as it's not, if you see a straight vertical line, that's what you want to look at as a red flag and say, oh, I don't know if I want to jump on that listing. But other than that, you should be good. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. How about building the email list? So I'm just seeing that Perspective Empire. I'm not sure if you still on. So that's definitely one of the things or the disadvantages selling on Amazon now. But what you do, let's say that you want to build out and start a Shopify store of your own, this would be the play, right? So whenever you're creating your Amazon store name, let's just say you want to call it www.empire.com, right? If you want to do that, I would say name your store empire.com, or not .com, because they're not going to allow you a URL, but name it, Perspective Empire. All right. So once you name it Perspective Empire, whenever you're doing your packaging slip and you have your information inside of the package, it's going to allow you to build rapport with them, because a lot of the times people will go and search on Google. At least I know I will, when I'm buying from Amazon and I see a particular product at a good price point, I will go and look that product up through, or that company up through Google, right? Once I do that, it's going to come up if you have your own website. If you have your own website, boom, you then have that email, that phone number, and you cut Amazon out and you go straight to the source. You got that customer forever, right? So that was a great question there, building the email list, because you definitely, don't want to depend on the algorithm, or don't want to depend on Amazon. Once they give you that traffic, keep your brand consistent. Now you can't directly market and say, hey, go visit my site. Some people do and get away with it, but that's definitely against Amazon's terms of service. But the way to get around it is to put your name on everything from the package. If you want to get custom poly mailers, or you want to put it in your packaging slip, everything, so that they can see your brand. So again, guys, hopefully this was valuable. I stayed on a little longer than I meant to, but hopefully you guys enjoy these type of videos where I'm sharing my screen and I'm actually teaching, so you can see something. So, hey, y'all be blessed. To see you on the next one.